Yo guys, it's Slyroh. You already know that today it is Tuesday, February 22nd, 2022, which means in every sense of the word, it is Tuesday. So to celebrate this momentous occasion, I've decided to count down the 22 best video games that have 2 in the title. Whether it's the number 2, the word spelled out, Roman numerals, as long as it has to do with the number, it is fair game. Sorry Toontown, not this time. This list is just an excuse for me to talk about some of my favorite games while celebrating the number 2. So let me know some of the games that you would put on the list in the comments below. If you don't see your favorite game on this list, then I haven't played it. I mean, I couldn't possibly dislike your favorite game, right? Don't forget to like and subscribe, as well as watch the video twice and tell 2 of your friends to watch it. And without further ado, let's go ahead and get on with the list. I don't know about you, but I'm feeling Beyond Two Souls. This game, made by Quantic Dream, same people that made Heavy Rain, seems to be overshadowed by that game, even though I think this is the better of the 2 of them. The story is told in a really interesting way, as it jumps all over the place, as you follow the adventures of Jody, who since birth has had this sort of psychic connection with this otherworldly being named Aiden, which basically gives Jody these psychic powers. For the best playing experience, I recommend having somebody else control Aiden where you do not control any of their actions, because then you can really feel what it's like to be connected to an entity that has a mind of its own, because there are parts of the story where Aiden will make a decision that can either help or hurt Jody, and if you don't have control over that, it really immerses you into the experience of what Jody is going through, and it's super cool, and I have not played anything like it. This is a really, really good game. Hey, what's 9 plus 10? Brothers, A Tale of Two Sons. As you watch your mother drown in front of you in the opening cutscene of the game, and then immediately go on a quest to help your seemingly dying father, this game is really only bringing positive vibes. All jokes aside, this game is really cool, as the control scheme is very interesting. If you play on a controller, the left joystick and left bumper, left trigger controls one brother, while the right joystick and the right bumper, right trigger control another one, and just the sort of puzzles and things that you have to do with that are very interesting. This game isn't that long. I definitely recommend playing it. It is very, very cool. You would not regret it. Number 20. What? I don't have a joke for every number. Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. While I wouldn't classify myself as the biggest Call of Duty fan, this was the game that all of my friends in high school were playing, and I kind of just got suckered in by peer pressure and had so much fun with it. The side missions, the online multiplayer with some of my favorite maps like the airport and estate, and of course Rust. This is also one of the only Call of Duty games that I actually played a little bit of the campaign of. While not my favorite Call of Duty game of all time, it still ranks highly up there, and it just speaks to a nostalgia part of me. Oh, that's 9 plus 10. Sonic Adventure 2. While admittedly not the biggest fan of 3D Sonic games, I gotta say this one really does hit me right in the nostalgia. The multiplayer in Sonic Adventure 2 battle was some of my favorite things to do as a kid, as well as making crazy chows in the Chow Garden. There's just so much about this game to love. And I mean, it's hard not to have a great time when you're rolling around at the speed of sound. Also, the Knuckles sections of the game where you have to go find crystals is the best part of this game, and I will die on this hill. More like 18D's nuts. Super Monkey Ball 2. Rolling around at the... Oh wait, I just did that. Super Monkey Ball 2 is one of my favorite puzzle games, as you take control of a monkey and you roll through mazes and try to get to the end. It starts off very simple and gets really difficult. Also, the story is one of the most ridiculous things that has ever been put into existence, and that's not even talking about challenge mode or the mini games. There's so much to do in this game. I absolutely love it. I wish they made more Super Monkey Ball games like this, because this is basically the pinnacle of the Super Monkey Ball franchise, and it's a shame that there hasn't been a game to this level since. Holy shit, it's number 17. Assassin's Creed 2. Did you think I was joking when I mentioned Roman numerals? Again, while I don't really keep up with the Assassin's Creed franchise, something about this game always hit different. I never get tired of stopping to do every little side quest and find every little collectible throughout the entire game. And no matter how many more Assassin's Creed games the franchise pumps out, this is always going to stand above all of them as the best. Number 16. NBA 2K22. This game has 3 2s in its title. It deserves to be celebrated. I have also poured more hours of my life into the NBA 2K franchise than every other game on this list combined. So did I put this game on this list only for the memes, or because I think it's a masterpiece? Or did I just put it on here as a serious cry for help? You decide. Number 15. Uncharted 2. How topical. I'm gonna be honest, it's been a while since I played this game, but I remember having a fantastic time with it. I like the Uncharted series, and this takes everything from the first game and makes it so much better. It's fun going around as Nathan Drake and going on an adventure and doing all the stuff that Nathan Drake does. It's a good game, no one's going to argue that. It's great. 14. Kingdom Hearts 2. Go around to a bunch of Disney worlds with the help of a bunch of Final Fantasy characters to save the heart of... to unlock... I'm gonna be honest, I kind of fell asleep through all the cutscenes. I don't really know what's going on, but Sora gets to be a furry in this game, so... Number 13. Donkey Kong Country 2 Diddy's Kong Quest. Try saying that 5 times fast. If you grew up with this game, this might be one of your favorite games of all time, and I would not blame you. I did not grow up with this game, but I have gone back to play it, and it is absolutely a great game. If you like 2D platformers, this game holds up incredibly well, and it's a lot of fun to play through to this day. I believe this game is generally seen as most people's favorites, and I'm no Donkey Kong Country expert, but I think I would agree. 12. Dead Space 2. My personal favorite game in the Dead Space franchise. This takes a lot of the horror elements from the first game while adding a little bit more action, and also letting Isaac speak for a change, and doesn't have an ending that sucks, but it doesn't quite go overboard with the action in the way that Dead Space 3 does. I think this game reaches a really nice balance between the two. This game just works on so many levels, and I can't wait to go back and fully play through this game again. It has been a while since I've played, but I know that this game still holds up, and it is fantastic. Hey, is that 11? The Last of Us 2. I'm gonna be honest, I only put this here to start a fight in the comments, so y'all can argue whether this is too high or too low. I don't really care as long as you comment on the video, but I'll get back to you on my real feelings about this game once I stop dying to landmines. Number 10! Super Mario World 2 Yoshi's Island. Sometimes I forget that there's a 2 in this game's title, but it's there, I checked. This game is so much fun as you get to control Yoshi as he delivers Baby Mario across the land and save him from the comics that are trying to kidnap him. Yes, Baby Mario can be annoying, but it's not nearly as bad as people make it out to be. I think the puzzles in this game are so much fun. I love all of the different mechanics that are utilized with you being able to turn enemies into eggs and use them to beat up other enemies and solve puzzles. This game is a lot of fun. It has a lot of secrets. It's very, very good. Holds up incredibly well to this day. I love this game a lot. 9? Star Wars Battlefront 2. Wait, that's not right. Star Wars Battlefront 2. There we go, now we're talking. While Google searches try to erase this game's existence, I will never forget, this is still my favorite Star Wars video game that has been released ever. The story mode is a lot of fun, but where this game really shines is the multiplayer. And it doesn't even have to be multiplayer with other people, I just mean multiplayer where you play by yourself. I guess that's single player, but you play with whatever. This game just has a fun gameplay loop of needing to get kills and earn points to unlock higher units of your own specific type, and then you can use those to go around and capture enemy command posts. And every single location has a different feel. It affects the type of heroes you can play as. It affects whether there are vehicles that you can drive and what types of vehicles there are available to drive. The replayability of this game is insane. Personally, I love the heroes mode where you play as all heroes, which is fun, but my absolute favorite mode is Galactic Conquest, where you have to try and take over the galaxy by going and attacking the planets and systems that your opponent has control over, and by winning you can get a lot of points or credits, and you can use those credits to buy more units, more bonuses for upcoming battles, and balancing out all of those different things is super satisfying. And also, if you run into the other ship, you can have space battles, which is also super fun. This game is amazing. I wish there was a modern game of this type that gave me the same amount of enjoyment that I get from this game, but nothing has been able to replicate the experience this game gives you, and that is why this game deserves to be here. More like 8D's nuts. Oh, wait, I already made that joke. Jet Moto 2. I'm gonna be honest, I've literally never heard a single person ever in my life talk about this game. This game is one of my favorite racing games. It is fantastic. The game's controls take a little bit to get used to, but that just makes it so much more satisfying when it all finally clicks together and you conquer the challenge of this game. And this game can be pretty challenging, but at least when you're falling off the track, you get to listen to the best death sound of all time. This game also, instead of having any sort of drift mechanic, has a grapple mechanic around certain turns instead, where it has this weird grapple pole that you can just go around, and being able to hit those at the right angles is super satisfying. And if you haven't noticed from the footage playing on screen, the level design in this game is immaculate. There are all types of tracks, from deserts to snowy areas to wrecked cities to a roller coaster to the physical manifestation of heaven and hell itself. There are so many tracks available, and every single one of them are fun. I will continue to stand this game until the day I die, and please tell me that there is somebody out here that has played this game and loves it as much as me. I can't be the only one. 7! It Takes Two. The undisputed game of the year of 2021 that absolutely nobody had a problem with. This game is a lot of fun. Obviously, your play experience can vary based on who you're playing the game with, but I had a good time with this game. The platforming challenges are fun and interesting and varied from place to place. The game is constantly introducing new mechanics for you to play around with, and also areas where you can mess around with the environment and characters that are in the world. And speaking of characters in the world, the two main characters suck. It is what it is. They're not great people. I'm not rooting for them. But I don't really care. When you can do the things that you can do in this game, it's hard not to have a smile on your face for most of the game. Sorry about that one, cutie. Let's talk about 6, baby. Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1+2. While Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2 would have made this list regardless, the fact that it gets paired with the first game means that they got to put the best song ever made into this game. So here I am telling you about why this game is super amazing, and they nailed the remake. They captured the classic feel of this game while also making the controls just a little bit better, I think. And they made it a little bit easier to perform long, high-scoring combos. But this game is still pretty difficult if you're trying to complete every single objective in every single map. This doesn't account for the park editor and all of the crazy maps that either you can make or people online can make, and the access that you have to all of them, the customization options for your characters and the boards and all of that stuff. This game really does just have it all. Though in the spirit of Tuesday, this is only the second best skateboarding game to ever exist, but it is the best one on this list. Whoa, number 5? Portal 2. I mean, obviously, yeah, this game is great. This game is a masterpiece. Playing through the single player mode is so much fun. It's funny. All of the dialogue with Wheatley and GLaDOS and Cave Johnson are fantastic. And then you have the multiplayer mode and all of the puzzles there. Again, depending on your experience, will differ depending on who you have to try and work with or put up with, and how good they are at figuring things out. This game really did just take everything from the first game and made it better and added a lot of new stuff, and it really is no wonder why just about everybody can agree that this game is fantastic. I don't think I can say anything about this game that hasn't already been said a million times over. For Danganronpa 2, Goodbye Despair. As someone who has sold his soul to the Danganronpa franchise, I am obligated to put this game on this list and tell you how great it is. I can't really tell you that much about the game, because you should go into this game not spoiled, and you should also play the first one, but essentially, it's just another Danganronpa game where you have a class of students. Some of them are probably going to try to kill the others and get away with it, and you're going to have to try and figure out who done it, and figure out a lot more mysteries beyond that. While there were plenty of characters that I didn't really like in this game, there was a lot that I did, including one that has one of the best developed characters in all of video games. Also, the island mode was so much more enjoyable than it had any business being. I love that a lot. So if you're not super attached to your soul, and you're not really doing anything with it right now, come join me and play Danganronpa. Once you start, you can't stop. 3. Overcooked 2. I feel like this list has had a lot of games that are basically masterpieces, and it might seem a little weird for this goofy game where you just cook stuff to be this high on the list, but I can't help it. This game never gets old, and I have played it a lot. While this game is generally targeted for people to play with their friends and enjoy all the hilarity that ensues as you try to work with somebody else to make as much food as possible in a limited time frame, I actually find myself enjoying this game the most when I'm playing it by myself and trying to see how efficient I can be controlling both cooks at the same time. This game is really challenging, it's really addicting, it's really easy to finish a level and be like, I can do better than that, or let me just play one more level, and then you just never stop. The game oozes so much charm, it's funny, I love all of the levels. This takes everything from the first game and just makes it so much better. This game is one of my favorites of all time, and I absolutely recommend you try this out if you haven't not done so already. Oh hey, 2! Like what day it is! Spyro 2, Ripto's Rage. If you know me or can tell by my name or channel icon, I kinda like Spyro the Dragon. Although believe it or not, I actually thought this was probably the weakest of the original trilogy, this is still a fantastic game. And keeping with the theme of Tuesday, this is one of only 2 Spyro games to actually even have a number in its title. Both of them have the number 2. While some of the orb challenges can be frustrating, and while some of the levels aren't my favorite, I still find myself coming back to this game and wanting to 100% it anytime I do play it. The music in this game is fantastic, and I mean, there are some pretty good levels here. Also, the boss battles in this game are a lot better than the first game, and the fight with Ripto is probably the best boss fight in the entire series. Also, on a weird personal note, I like that Spyro 2 has this weird double jump glitch that you can use to skip through a lot of levels in unintended ways and get yourself out of bounds, and basically you can just explore a lot of parts of the levels a lot earlier than you would think that you'd be able to. And that gives this game a strangely high amount of replay value. So that's why Spyro 2 is number 2 on this list, and in the spirit of Tuesday, this should be number 1, but we do have one more game to talk about. Number 1! Crash Bandicoot 2, Cortex Strikes Back. What, were you expecting something else? The original Crash Bandicoot trilogy is one of my favorites of all time, and I just think the second game is basically perfect. It improves on a lot of the mechanics that the first game introduces, while continuing to have fantastic level design. Outside of the jetpack levels, we don't count those. But this game doesn't really go overboard with the gimmicks in the way that Crash Bandicoot Warp does. I think the boss battles are a lot of fun. There's a lot of secrets to find in this game. Alternate routes, different things that you can discover, the colored gems. There's just a lot of things to like about this game, and I can't really find any faults with this. While this game may have a 2 in its title, it'll always be number 1 in my heart. At least in terms of the games that qualify for this list. So, there you go, there you have it. This is a list of 22 games that have 2 in the title that I absolutely love. Let me know some of yours down in the comments below, and let's just be positive about all of the games with 2 in the title that are fantastic. Don't forget to like and subscribe, which now you have to because this is the second time that I've mentioned that on Tuesday, so now that's a legally binding contract. Thank you so much for watching, and have a good Tuesday. If you're somehow still watching this video, as a prize, I'm going to give you 2 fun facts. Did you know that the number 2 is the only even prime number? Did you know that Mars has 2 moons? Well, now you do. Now go forth and have an extra special Tuesday. Bye.